Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating yet concerning topic, countries that might disappear soon. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but the truth is, the world is a constantly changing place and some countries face existential threats that could drastically alter their future, or even wipe them off the map entirely. We're going to be looking at countries facing a whole range of challenges, from political instability and conflict to climate change and demographic shifts. It's heavy stuff, but it's important to understand these issues and their potential consequences. We're not just talking about lines on a map changing here, we're talking about people, cultures, and entire ways of life that could be lost, so let's get into it. Yemen, located on the southern tip of the Arabian Peninsula, is a country of breathtaking beauty, with ancient history and a rich culture. But sadly, it's also a country on the brink. For years now, Yemen has been ravaged by a brutal civil war, a conflict so complex and multifaceted that it's difficult to even summarize. On one side, you have the Yemeni government, backed by a Saudi-led coalition. On the other, you have the Houthi rebels, a Shia Muslim group that controls much of the country, including the capital, Sana'a. And caught in the middle? Millions of innocent Yemeni civilians. The humanitarian crisis in Yemen is considered one of the worst in the world. We're talking widespread famine, with millions facing starvation. We're talking about a complete collapse of healthcare systems, leaving people vulnerable to preventable diseases. And we're talking about a generation of children whose lives have been defined by war and displacement. The conflict has decimated Yemen's infrastructure, crippled its economy, and left its social fabric in tatters. It's hard to see a way out, a path to peace and stability. And that's what makes Yemen's future so uncertain. Can a country so deeply divided, so ravaged by war, ever truly recover? Can it rebuild its shattered institutions and heal the wounds of conflict? These are the questions that hang over Yemen's future, questions that only time will answer. But one thing is clear, the international community cannot afford to turn a blind eye to Yemen's plight. We have a moral obligation to help broker peace, to provide humanitarian aid, and to support the Yemeni people in their quest for a brighter future. From the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula, we travel to the Indian Ocean, to a nation that couldn't be more different from Yemen, the Maldives. This island nation is practically synonymous with paradise. Pristine beaches, crystal-clear turquoise waters, luxurious overwater bungalows. It's a dream destination for many, but beneath this idyllic facade lies a terrifying reality. The Maldives is one of the lowest-lying countries in the world, with much of its land barely a meter above sea level. And as climate change accelerates, causing sea levels to rise, the Maldives faces an existential threat, being swallowed by the very ocean that surrounds it. Imagine that for a second. Your entire country, your home, your history, your culture, at risk of being submerged beneath the waves. It's a terrifying prospect, and it's the reality facing the Maldivian people. They are on the front lines of climate change, experiencing its impacts firsthand. We're talking about coastal erosion eating away at their shores, saltwater intrusion contaminating their freshwater supplies, and increasingly severe storms threatening their homes and livelihoods. The Maldivian government has been sounding the alarm for years, advocating for stronger climate action on the global stage. They've even held underwater cabinet meetings to draw attention to their plight. But the reality is, the fate of the Maldives rests not just in the hands of its own people, but in the hands of the international community. Will we act in time to curb emissions and slow the rate of sea level rise? Or will we stand by and watch as this island nation disappears beneath the waves? Syria. Once a country of vibrant cities, ancient history, and diverse cultures, it's now synonymous with one of the most devastating conflicts of the 21st century. For over a decade, Syria has been ravaged by a civil war that has claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands, displaced millions more, and left the country in ruins. It's a conflict with a dizzying array of actors, from the Syrian government under Bashar al-Assad, to various rebel groups, to foreign powers like Russia, Iran, and the United States, all vying for influence and control. The Syrian people have endured unimaginable suffering, bombings, chemical attacks, forced displacement, and a complete breakdown of law and order in many parts of the country. The images coming out of Syria, particularly from cities like Aleppo, have become seared into our collective memory, a stark reminder of the human cost of war. While the intensity of the fighting has subsided in recent years, Syria remains a deeply divided and fragile country, millions remain internally displaced, struggling to rebuild their lives amidst the rubble. The economy is in shambles and basic services like healthcare and education are scarce. The question now is, can Syria ever truly recover from this devastating conflict? Can it transition from war to peace, from division to unity, from destruction to reconstruction? The road ahead will be long and arduous, fraught with challenges and setbacks, but amidst the despair there are glimmers of hope. There are Syrians, both inside the country and in the diaspora, working tirelessly to rebuild their communities, to promote reconciliation, and to create a better future for themselves and their children. Japan, the land of the rising sun, a global leader in technology, innovation, and pop culture. But behind this image of modernity and dynamism lies a demographic time bomb, one that threatens to fundamentally reshape Japanese society as we know it. Japan has one of the lowest birth rates in the world, coupled with one of the highest life expectancies. What does that mean? It means that Japan's population is shrinking and rapidly aging. Think about it, fewer babies being born, while older generations live longer. It's a recipe for a demographic crisis. Imagine a future where there are more people over the age of 80 than there are children under the age of 10. That's the reality Japan is facing. And it's a reality with profound consequences for every aspect of Japanese society. We're talking about a shrinking workforce, leading to labor shortages and economic stagnation. We're talking about a strain on social security and healthcare systems, as fewer young people are around to support a growing elderly population. And we're talking about a potential decline in innovation and cultural dynamism, as societies tend to be less innovative when a larger proportion of their population is older. Japan is grappling with these challenges head-on, experimenting with policies to encourage childbirth, promote immigration, and support its aging population. But it's a race against time, and the outcome remains uncertain. Can Japan find a way to adapt to its rapidly changing demographics? Can it maintain its economic competitiveness, its social cohesion, and its cultural vibrancy in the face of this unprecedented demographic shift? These are the questions that will define Japan's future in the 21st century. Taiwan, an island nation off the coast of mainland China, is a place of stunning natural beauty, a thriving democracy, and a technological powerhouse. But Taiwan also exists in a constant state of geopolitical precarity, its very existence caught in the crosshairs of one of the most complex and consequential relationships in the world, the relationship between China and Taiwan. For over 70 years, Taiwan has governed itself independently from mainland China. But China views Taiwan as a breakaway province, a part of its territory that must eventually be reunited with the mainland, by force if necessary. This One China policy, as it's known, is a cornerstone of Chinese foreign policy, and it casts a long shadow over Taiwan's future. The threat of Chinese military action is ever present and the stakes couldn't be higher. Imagine living with the constant knowledge that your country could be invaded at any moment. That's the reality for the people of Taiwan. And it shapes every aspect of their lives, from their politics to their economy to their personal relationships. Taiwan has responded to this existential threat with a combination of military deterrence, diplomatic maneuvering, and a fierce commitment to its own identity and way of life. They've built a strong military, cultivated international allies, and fostered a vibrant democracy that stands in stark contrast to the authoritarian system on the mainland. But the question remains, can Taiwan continue to defy the odds and maintain its de facto independence? Can it navigate the treacherous waters of geopolitics and chart a course towards a peaceful and prosperous future? Or will it be forced to confront the reality of Chinese military might? The fate of Taiwan is not just a regional issue, it's a global one. It's a test of the international order, a question of whether might makes right, and a reminder that freedom and democracy are precious and must be defended. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let us know in the comments which country you think is most at risk. See you next time.